Hello everybody, welcome back. I hope you guys enjoyed that mystery bundle balloon pop earlier today. But now it's time to get busy with the project, okay? Because I had a special request tonight to do a busted canvas. Apparently I did one of these in the past and Facebook deleted my video before I had a chance to upload it to YouTube. So here we are recreating a new one with a whole new design, a whole new everything. So as you jump on, please say hi, hit that heart button for me. And in just a second, I'm going to give you a keyword to type in. When you type in this keyword, then I'm going to send you a message to your Facebook Messenger with a list of supplies for all the things that I'm using tonight to make this project, okay? So the keyword for tonight is globe, G-L-O-B-E. Type globe in the comments, G-L-O-B-E. And grab that supply list. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I don't turn my volume off on my computer. That's better. Hi Christine, hi Sissy, hello Kelly. Oh my gosh, I missed a bunch of comments already. Hi Judy, hi Maxine and Jan and Tracy. Hello Lisa Marie and Florine. Hello Terry and Diane. Hi Julie, thank you for sprinkling. Hi Renee. Hello, everybody. Hey, Kelly and Melissa from Seattle. Hey, Carol. Hi, Roseanne and Diane. Hello, Wanda Kay and Corey. Oh, my gosh. All you guys are typing in that keyword. Fantastic. Because you're definitely going to want to get the supply list to do this tonight. Excuse me. All right. So we're going to start off with one of these boards that are available on my site. We're going to start with this first just to give us a little bit of time for this to dry. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Vicki and Carol. Hi, Tammy. How are you doing? Hey, Jackie. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and lay out some paper right here on my table. This is just to control my mess because I'm a messy crafter, just like most of us are, I think. Thank you so much, Carol, for sprinkling. You guys, if you're not sure what that means, sprinkle means to S-H-A-R-E. S-H-A-R-E will, what that'll do is it'll put this video on your Facebook page so that all of your friends and your family and all the people that you're associated with on Facebook can also see my video. Or if you are part of a group that allows pages to be shared into, then you can also share into a group. That's what we call sprinkling because apparently Facebook doesn't like the word S-H-A-R-E for some reason, even though I just said it a couple of times. I don't know. I was told not to say it. I do my own thing here though. Oh my gosh, who am I missing here? Hey Pam! Hello Carol! Going through and planting your pots on your patio. Oh, awesome! I don't have anything planted this year. Nothing. I am so far behind. I haven't even swept the leaves from last year off my patio yet. I'm bad. I'm really bad. Hey, Bonda and Rachel. Oh my goodness, y'all, so many. I just got the transfer. Can't wait to use it. Looking forward to your creation. Thank you so much. Hey, Lynn. Hello to all my friends. I'm sorry if I missed your name. Please continue to pray for Texas and the families that are of the missing. Absolutely. Hey, Deb. Absolutely. All right, so this is one of our hanging signs. And you can really use anything for this piece that fits the back of your canvas. So we're going to do a busted canvas tonight. Here's my canvas piece. And I was just looking for any surface, and you could even use, a piece of cardboard if you want to, that would fit on the back of this and cover up that section where it's like hollow on the back side of my canvas. And this thing just happens to fit perfectly. Not quite perfectly. It fits well enough on here to be able to do this project. So that's what we're going to use tonight for this. And we're going to start off, I didn't even get this out yet, with crackling this piece first, okay? So first I'm going to start with my bottom layer of paint on here. And we're going to use some Waverly in the color. Hey, Ruth, hello, Donna. Hi, Stacy. Hello, all my friends. You guys are awesome. We're going to start off with some Waverly in the color Moss. And this one's brand new, which means my other one's not. Hi, Mindy. Hold, please. My favorite colors, I always have one and then a backup one. And moss is one of my favorites. So we're going to use the one that's already open. Hey, Laura, how are you doing? We're going to use the open one already. So moss is this gorgeous green color. I started off my project by picking out my two colors, my two different pieces of scrapbook paper that I want to use. And then I'm matching my colors according to my scrapbook paper. That I find is the easiest way to do this. So I'm going to grab one of my favorite brushes. These are from Walmart. They're amazing. And we're just going to throw some Waverly Moss paint right on here. I might even have too much. I probably have too much. I definitely have too much. And we're just going to give this a good coat of moss. It really, really matches my scrapbook paper that we're going to use tonight. Moss is also your favorite. Now for this piece, we really don't need to worry about getting our edges at all because you're not going to see them. Hi, Sandy. Hello, everybody. Thanks for all the stars, you guys. Holy cow, we've almost got a stars party already. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. You guys treat me so well. Hi, Denise. Hi, Tina. And just covering this entire thing with one good coat of moss. Painted a drawer. Give a friend a few plants so that a few years ago painted it in sage. I love sage too. Oh goodness, did we get it? You guys, I have a feeling it happened. Did it happen? It's not showing on my screen, but I have a feeling it happened. Do we have a stars party? You guys tell me, am I supposed to be dancing right now? Am I supposed to be dancing? Because we were at like 90%. Hi, Pam! And then all of a sudden, dance girl. I thought so, but it's not showing it. Stars party, stars party. We got a stars party. Stars party, stars party. We got a stars party. You guys, y'all get me going. I will dance for a stars party. You guys are hilarious. I love it. Thank you so much, y'all. Thank you. All right, we've got this all painted in our moss green. This gorgeous, gorgeous color by Waverly. And we're going to get this nice and dry. Finally have a night off. I'm so glad, Laura, that I did the mystery bundle reveal on your night off, because I'm always worried that people are going to be working and that they won't be able to watch and they won't see live what they get and that they can't pick their numbers. And that only happened once tonight, and that person still walked away with a prize, so that was fantastic. But I'm always happiest when everybody who purchased is able to get in there and make their own selection for a number. All right, we're drying this up really well. Oh my gosh, and I even love how the color that it dries to too. Hi, Erlene and Marcel. I no longer have a backup dryer either because I gave my other dryer to my daughter today. She needed it for her project. She kept coming in here and asking me to dry things for her. And then I was like, oh no, girl. You take this to your room and you dry it yourself. It was a bit much. I so need to redo her room though, because she's a crafter just like me. And there's no space for anything in her room either. And she has a very, very, very large room, but she's, like I said, she's crafty, and we all know with our craft rooms, it gets a lot very, very, very fast. What was that? Being in Texas and not that far from Comfort Center and Center Point. Your youngest lived in Caryville before you moved to Alaska. The Guadalupe River is beautiful when there isn't flooding involved. I bet, Carol. I've never been there. Oh, they didn't have it at the Black Friday deal? Oh, no. I must be exhausted. I'm always exhausted. As a matter of fact, after I did the mystery bundle reveal, I ran up to the gas station just to get myself some some energy drink. And their Rainstorm is $1 a can right now if you're a Speedy Rewards member. If you guys have Speedways near you, just so you know. She likes to make masks and paper puppets. Masks and puppets. All right, now we're going to go ahead and grab some of our Dixie Belle Crackle. This is available on my site. And we're going to open this up and we're going to put a layer of Dixie Belle Crackle right over top. Now, let me make sure that this is the same as my other crackle. Yes. All right. So we're going to just use, gosh, I might grab my other pack of these things because I like these brushes so. No, we'll use this one for this. I'm going to use my bigger one. Hey, Crystal. Our Dixie Belle Crackle. And what we're going to do is we're just going to put a layer of crackle right over top of this green color that we've got going on here, okay? So just taking your brush, I'm going to brush this on here, covering my entire surface in crackle. Oh, thank you, Missy. There are so many more downstairs. You guys, I've got to do a live sale soon. And I'm thinking not this Friday, but next Friday, we're going to do a Christmas in July sale. Just so you guys are ready. Is your daughter a future designer? Maybe. I do know that she's a future YouTuber. But I don't know about a chalk couture designer. We'll figure that out. Maybe. She's not as into chalk as she is her other hobbies right now. Thank you, Ruth. Yes, she is very, very, very detailed in her stuff. And she can draw like no other. Dollar Tree has this brand, the Dixie Belle Crackle for 62 cents a can. What? Dollar Tree doesn't have anything for 62 cents anymore. The name of the brush, I'll show you. I will show you. So these are available at Walmart, and this is what they are. They're called Hello Hobby Chalk and Wax Brushes. And I love these things, which is why I have 2 extra sets, which is why if one of you guys had won some today, then you could have won some today. Because they were one of the prizes for the mystery bundles. Womp, womp, womp. More prizes got left behind than I thought we're gonna. So I'm gonna have to put those into our prizes for next time. All right, we're gonna get this all dried up as well. So once you put your crackle down, you do want it to be dry before you move on to the next step. And this does take a little while to get this completely dry. For best results with the Dixie Belle Crackle, don't dry it with a heat gun. For best results. Oh, the rain. Okay. I'm like, what? The crackle? The rain is 62 cents a can. I might have to go there and get that then. I thought $1 a can was a really good deal. So for best results with the Dixie Belle Crackle, set it outside and let it dry in the sun for about an hour before you move on to this next step. You'll get even better cracks with it that way. And it really does make a difference for some reason to not fast dry it. Now, obviously, I'm live right now. We're not going to set this outside and then come back an hour later. So we're going to dry it with a heat gun right now and just do the best that we can. You're so welcome, Mindy. And it should still appear kind of glossy even after it dries. But you don't want it tacky anymore. That's what you want to have all dried up. Right here it's not tacky. Up here it still is, I can tell just by looking at it. And right here definitely. So the thinner you make it, the finer your cracks are going to be. The thicker you make it, the thicker, wider your cracks are going to be with this stuff. Still a little tacky in that one spot right there. Everything else is pretty good. Down here a little tacky. All right, I think we're all right now that we can add our next coat on here. So this is the part where you really want to work fast and you don't want to overbrush your paint. So we're going to use Waverly in the color Plaster, which is it's not quite white. It's an off-white color, but it's not as dark as the ivory. It's almost like our will dry in the sun with high... Oh, but that's good to know. Do you need to be concerned about brush strokes in the crackle? I always try to keep my brush strokes the same way. The different brush strokes in different ways with the crackle will actually make your paste or your cracks crack a certain way. Oh my gosh. Don't you just love the saying on your shirt? I haven't tried. Made several for your family and friends. I love this saying. Yes, absolutely. Can you tell someone somebody that's old and uses an Exact knife all the time, wasn't paying attention, just accidentally poked herself in the chest while you weren't being... Oh my gosh! I wasn't being overprotective. It happens. Yes. All right, so if you do go with both ways with your crackle, you'll get crackles in all different ways. The word for today is globe, Nancy. Globe. All right, so we're going to go ahead and grab our plaster, and I'm going to load my brush up really well with the plaster color from Waverly. And our idea is not to overstroke the paint. My jar is getting lower and lower and lower. Last time I was at Walmart, they were sold out of this color. All right, so here we go. We're going to do as even and smooth strokes as we possibly can. Oh my gosh, I've got it way overloaded and it's chunking. No, don't chunk. And we're just going to allow it to crack. I missed your question. Oh my gosh. The two Hobby Lobby cutting boards, they are sold separately. They are not a pair. I just paired them up for the winners, the people who won them. But I have a hard time finding them, and so when I do, I buy extras. All right. Hopefully... Oh, you guys, it's doing its thing. It's doing its thing, and it looks fantastic. I love it. All right, you guys, let me see if I can hold this up. It's drying so fast with that crackle on there. And you can absolutely see that cracked effect that it gives with that Dixie Belle crackle. Isn't that so cool? I just love the crackle effect with this. Hi, Nina. So I am going to give this just a light, dry, help speed up that crackling process a little bit more, and dry this up. And then we're going to switch over and we're going to continue to let this dry as we move on to our other pieces for just a little bit, okay? Oh my goodness, the more it dries, the more it cracks, the more I love it. But if you overwork it with your brush, then what'll happen is you'll fill in all of those little cracks with your paint. So you want to try to just do even strokes going down as best as you can. Thank you. I think that that looks fantastic. We've got just enough of that green poking through there. I got some paint spewing down the edges. That's all right. You've never done crackle before? It's so much fun. You should try it. All right, I'm going to set that aside right there. Oh my gosh, what a mess do I have on my table now. I opened up that that plaster and all of the chunkiness on the top of my lid just went everywhere. All right, you guys, here we go. We're going to go ahead and we're going to work on this piece now. This is our canvas piece. And there's my scissors. We'll open this right up. And I have 2 different pieces of scrapbook paper that we're going to use on here. Now, when I use scrapbook paper, I really prefer the stuff that's thin. The thinner your scrapbook paper, the easier it is to Mod Podge with. But as I was going through my different papers today, the designs that I liked the most were in the thicker paper. It is what it is. But because I've got the thicker paper, instead of using just a little bitty iron to reactivate that Mod Podge, I've got my heat press out. It's going to be faster and easier that way. But this is a fairly heavy piece of paper. So we've got 2 pieces here. We're going to start with our top piece, which is this one here. And it doesn't quite wrap around my edges. I'm okay with that. I could paint my edges, or I could just leave them the color that they are. I'm good with them being just white. And I could always go back and paint them later if I wanted to paint them, or add some more scrapbook paper to each edge. But what we're going to do right on here is I'm going to add some Mod Podge. Now, mine's in a bottle like this. You're so welcome. Mine's in a bottle like this because I get these bottles at the Dollar Tree. I feel like it's easier for me. If I try to squirt my Mod Podge or use my Mod Podge out of the container that it comes in, I end up with a huge glob of Mod Podge and I never know how much I need. And so it just is a mess. This allows me to just squirt smaller little streams and not have way too much, but it does tend to gum up a little bit at the top. And sometimes I get Mod Podge boogers. I'll deal with those over the humongous mess of pouring Mod Podge out of the big opening of those jars. I definitely have a big Mod Podge booger. Squeeze out of there, baby. All right, I got it. My gosh, it's like when your kids are little and you pick their nose. All right. Well, there's another one. Now we're good. Now we're good. All right, and then we're just going to take our Mod Podge brush or any brush that you've got, and we're just going to brush this on this entire surface. Covering the whole thing, making sure that you really get your corners and your edges very, very well. See, and now I don't have a humongous extra amount of Mod Podge on here. It's just enough. Let's make sure I've got it covered. Oh, I missed a spot right there. You can tell when you hold it up in the light if you missed any pieces because it shines once it's been Mod Podged. There we go. I was picking boogers tonight. These are available pretty much anywhere where they sell Mod Podge. I probably got mine at Hobby Lobby or Michael's, maybe even Walmart. I know that they also sell them on Amazon. They're all over the place. All right, now we've got to dry our Mod Podge. We're going to dry it up and then we're going to reactivate it with the heat from our heat press. I love this dryer because it really, you guys, it's warm and it goes so fast compared to my other one. It's doing the same thing that my last one did. No, I hope this one isn't starting to go out too. No, I love this dryer, but man. All right, good and dry. You've never used Mod Podge either? Oh my gosh, you guys are missing out on so many great things. All right, so now I've got my piece of paper here, and I want to line it up so that I've got a little bit of this, a little bit of that pine cone on each edge, and make sure that I've got it to where it covers the top and the bottom. A loose connection. It could be not plugged in right down there. That's possible. I did unplug that other dryer for my daughter today. All right, we're going to grab a piece of parchment paper and put it over top there. And then I'm going to grab my heat press just because it's got a big surface area. And I'm going to put this on here. I've got it at 315. And we're just going to give this a really good heating to adhere that Mod Podge right to all of that canvas. If you don't have one of these big heat presses, y'all just use an iron. Any old iron will do. You just got to heat it up. Let's see if 30 seconds was enough. I think it might have been. Let it cool down, because when it's still really, really hot, it might want to pull up a little bit. Okay. Now with that still on, I'm going to go ahead and fold this right over my edges. And oh shucks, you guys, I just realized I was going to just staple this down, and I left my staple gun out there in the other room. Oh no! Hold please. Hold on a second. Sorry guys, I was stapling my balloons to that board earlier. You made 2 more shirts today. Save it, horse, ride a cowboy, and grouchy since forever. I love that. So the back here is wood. I could continue to Mod Podge this all the way around, but instead I'm just going to staple it because it's so much easier that way, and it's less work for us. So fast and easy, just adding a few staples on there to pull the rest of that paper right down in there. Okay. There we go. And now we've got this gorgeous, beautiful Mod Podge piece of paper right on the front there. And it looks fantastic, okay? Now we've got to flip this over. Now we've got to flip this over. Where do I even put my stuff? And I've got another piece of paper that we're going to use on the inside of this canvas. So what we need to do is we need to measure it to know where to cut. So we've got 10 inches by, let's say, 7 1/8. 7 1/8 and 10 inches. This is Hobby Lobby paper, yes. Came in a paper pack from Hobby Lobby. All right, so 10 by 7 1/4. Set that right there for a second. And we're just going to measure this out. I'm going to flip it over to measure it out, y'all. So we've got 10 inches, which is right there. end right there. And then we've got 7 1/4 inches. So 7 1/4 is right there. And right there. So this piece here is the piece that we're going to need to fill in that space. Okay, so just connect your lines. And then we can cut that piece out that we're going to want to Mod Podge on the inside. Easy peasy. And now that should fit in there just about perfectly. Yeah, I get my paper packs from all over the place. I'm always looking at paper, but I no longer buy the thick stuff. Now I'll only buy the really, really thin paper because it's so much easier to Mod Podge. I'm probably going to save that piece for later. All right. Perfect. Perfect enough anyway for this project, I promise you. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to add more Mod Podge to the inside here. Oh no, I got another booger. Let's see if we have enough. I can pick my boogers later. I think we've got enough. And just spread this all throughout the inside of this canvas. Here we go. Yeah, I won't eat them, Carol. I promise you I won't eat them. All right, holding that up to the light just to see if I missed any spots, and I did. I missed quite a few spots. Let's see if we can make that thing go down. There we go. Now I got them. And again, we're going to dry that Mod Podge right to the back side of that canvas. And this time I won't be able to use my big heat press because it won't fit inside this little frame here. And we need to keep our frame intact. So once that Mod Podge is all dried up, it doesn't take long, we're going to take this other piece of paper and put it right inside there. I think I might have cut mine just a little bit off, but that's okay. That's okay. We are close enough. All right. Just to be safe, I am going to put this down below this so I don't end up warping my mat here. And I'm going to use my, I'm going to spill my drink. I'm going to use my smaller iron and a piece of parchment paper. And we're going to iron this piece of paper to the inside of the canvas. Okay, you guys are just jumping on with me. Make sure you say hello and then type the word globe in the comments, and I will send you a message with all of the supplies that I'm using tonight to make this project. I think you're gonna love it. And you listen, if you type the word globe in there, all that's gonna happen is you're gonna get a message. There's no obligation to buy anything. The information is absolutely free. My video tutorials are free. There might be some offers in there, but you guys, it's completely up to you. Been 2 days putting craft room back together since remodeling is done. Still not done. So much to organize. Oh my gosh, Amanda. When you're done, can you come over here and help me organize it? Are you using your mini press on low heat? It's fully green. I don't know what that means. This one I don't think has multiple settings. It's either on or it's off. This is an off knockoff brand of the mini heat press. So it only has one. My little mini iron I got on Amazon. Hi, Rhonda. All right, you guys, that is good to go now, but we do need to let that that cool down because it will still peel back up as long as it's hot. Once it's all cooled down, then that's when the glue is good again, okay? Or is no longer reactive to heat, and it'll stick the best. Okay, so now we've got this right here going on for this busted canvas. I could go around and I could absolutely use my my sanding block and sand off all of these little edges here. I'm not too worried about that right now, okay? I might go down and fix that later, depending on if it bothers me or not, but I'm good. We got a lot to cover, so we're going to keep moving on. I'm going to set this piece aside now, and we're going to go back to the other piece that we were working on while that thing cools down. Are you guys ready for this? I am. And I'm super excited. Hey, Teresa. All right. This piece here, you'll organize it for me, Carlene. Can you also add like an extra 10 feet? My heat press mat, I think, is a 12 by 12. No. Yeah, it's a 12 by 12. That was a lucky guess. That was a lucky guess. All right. We are going to put a chalk couture transfer on here. So I'm going to grab out my surface wax. And I did take you guys' advice and I put my waxing pad in a little baggie here. You're so welcome, Linda. And I did not put it in my wax like I normally do because you said that dries out my wax. We'll see. And I'm just going to pick up some of this surface wax on my little waxing pad. And we're going to wax this up because this is paint. And I want to make this surface as smooth as I can. So our wax is going to get into all those little cracks and fill those in to make this smooth. But it's also going to keep that adhesive on the back of our transfers from over sticking onto our surface and causing all of this paint that we just worked so hard on to pull back up. So multiple uses for our wax. It does so much greatness on our projects. And we're just going to wax that on. Go for 20 feet. I agree. I almost need, okay, so listen. I know, right? I actually have talked to John about like, if my neighbors move out, ever. Not that they have any plans to, but if my neighbors move out, like how great would it be if we could just buy their house and I could have their house for my craft space? Their whole house. He just wants the backyard to be like with our backyard, and I want their house to be my craft house. Maybe someday. All right, you guys, I'm going to grab my towel now, and we're just going to buff that wax right into that surface, right off any extra. Carlene, you could start an Carlene, are you that organized you could start an organization business? I feel like I'm pretty organized. I have too much stuff. Just too much stuff. All right, So here's our transfer that we're going to use. Even though this is a larger surface, we want to use a smaller transfer as a focal point for the inside of our busted canvas. If you have something that's too big, you're not going to see most of the stuff that's around the edges. So that's why I chose an A size smaller transfer. And it's going to look fantastic. All right. So if you're new to my page, these are reusable silkscreen transfers. They're sticky on the back, and like I said, there's silkscreen right there, and that's where all of our color is going to go through, any place where you can see my hand. And because they're so sticky, we're going to use a fuzzing cloth, and we're going to pick up some lint on the back of them just to lessen that adhesiveness. We don't need them as sticky as they come when you first get them to do our projects. Why did you put the pad in a baggie? Somebody said, because your wax will start to dry on that. And so somebody said, don't put your wax inside your jar because it'll dry out your wax, because my last thing of wax got dried out. And then another question was asked, well, what about the waxing pad? Won't that dry out the waxing pad to just leave that out? And they were like, well, put it in a plastic baggie. And so I did. All right, let's put this right in the center. Here we go. I think that's pretty centered, if not completely centered. And we're just going to press that down and try to get all of the air bubbles out. Bought the property across the street from us, was condemned. Hubby kept the garage for his man cave and his trailer for your motorcycles. I love that for you. I just need another house, y'all. I need another house for my craft business. All right. So we're going to use 3 different colors tonight. I'm going to go with some black velvet and some espresso to do my chalking. And then we're going to come back in with a little bit of just our brown, and we're going to paint just a little bit with the brown, okay? So I'm going to start off. Ooh, I'm going to grab a smaller squeegee. Sister-in-law's wondering, she said it was like, I missed part of your comment. They scroll so fast. I'm going to start off with the brown. This is an espresso. So this is our darker brown color. You want a 6-car garage heated and well ventilated as a craft room. Please, Santa. I agree, Carol. I'm going to start off with the espresso color, and I'm just going to start with the house or the log cabin. And I'm just, you guys, I'm not pressing it down. That's the key to chalking. You don't want to press down. You just want to glide your paste across the top of your transfer and let that paste fall into the silkscreen. Okay, if you try to press, you're going to create air bubbles and you're going to make problems for yourself. You just want to let it fall down into there. I'm missing some comments. I'm sorry, you guys, but I got to look down while I'm talking, because if I don't, then this is going to dry in here too fast and my project is just not going to look as pretty. All right, so once I've got this log cabin all done, I can come back in with my squeegee and just lightly scrape off any of the excess that's on here. Who needs diamonds and gold? The only thing we need is a big, 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 big craft room. You are so right there, girl. Absolutely. All right, so that was espresso. I'm going to do the rest of this in black velvet. All of the rest of this in black velvet. No worries, you guys, about how it might look when I pull this up, because we're actually going to embellish and it's going to look fantastic. Trust me, I have a plan. So black velvet on the entire rest of it. Again, just lightly going over the surface. Let the paste fall into where it needs to be. And this is going to look like a night like a log cabin in the night. Okay. Turn one of your bedrooms in. So did I, Denise, but this is the smallest room in my house and it's only a 9x9. I might as well have my craft room in the bathroom. Like, it's that small. I really don't think that this room is any bigger than my bathroom. All right, here we go. I want to work fast, as fast as I can, so that my paste does not start to dry in here, especially on that cabin where we already did that first. And we're going to come back with some embellishments and really, really, really make this look amazing. All right, got it all covered. Scraped off all my excess. And here we go. Oh, thanks, Tim. Thank you. Yes, trust the process for sure. All right, here we go, you guys. This is the magic right here. We paste, we peel, and we reveal. And so here it is. Seeing that brown already started to pull up. Oh my gosh! No! I should have done the paste and the peel and or the paste and pull method, you guys, because that brown already started to dry on there. No problem. We can fix it. Right? Yeah, we can fix it. You see how it's like it even pulled some of my crackle up on the back. It's okay. It's okay. Actually, it just makes the cabin look more rustic. Shucks. It's all right, you guys. I should have done the peel and the paste and peel method. You think it gives it dimension? I do too. It looks good. And we're going to add some more stuff to it. It just kind of makes it look a little bit green in some spots because of that background color. I told y'all I got to work fast and I keep wanting to look up at comments because I don't want to miss you guys' comments either. And sometimes this happens. It's okay. All right, we're going to give this a good dry. You like it this way? Okay, good. I think that once we get our greenery on here, it's probably really going to make it pop that way too. All right, nice and dried up. I do need to spray my transfer and keep it from drying out. That way it's easier for me to clean after my live is done. You guys can kind of see what happened. You can see that the log cabin's a little bit green there, but it's okay. It's going to look fine. All right. Here we go, you guys. We're going to start adding some stuff to this that's really, really, really going to make this pop. But first I'm going to take my brown. This is called Bark. And a little paintbrush. I'm going to add a little bit of water to my cap. Distilled water only to your cap. And I'm just going to paint this in a little bit with some brown in that log cabin. This is just going to give it a little bit more color. I forgot, though, that I waxed it, and it's not wanting to stick. Oh, my goodness, you guys. I actually think this is just making it look even more rustic. Ooh, I kind of like that, y'all. It has moss on it. It does kind of. We're just adding some color. We're playing around now. Weathered. Yes, weathered. All right, I'm going to dry this up slightly, and then I think I'm going to pat it. And just see if that makes it look even more weathered. Oh yeah, I like that, y'all. Just added a little bit more brown right to that cabin. I think that that looks fantastic. Like how it looks. All right, here we go. Here we go. We're going to start adding some embellishments to this now. Okay, so for the top of this, where there's snow all over the roof, and then there's snow right down here. So I'm going to add some puffy 3D paint. I got this at Walmart. And we're just going to make this look like the roof has been snowed on. Zanny, I'm sorry. I do forget. And you're going to have to remind me 1,000 times. Thank you. So this is just going to give the 3D effect of having that snow on the roof. And the snow right down here for this log cabin. And then we're going to grab some stickles. And now I ordered this on Amazon. And I'm going to do this. What is this one called? This one is called Icicle. And we're going to do the little snowflakes. Oh, come on. Geez, everything that I've owned has got boogers right now. What's going on here? What can I poke it with? All that's coming out is just the white and no glitter. Well, shucks. What do I have to poke it with? I gotta have a needle or something in here, don't I? A piece of wire? Yes, I have a thin wire. All right, let's do that. It's called Stickles. There we go. And it's basically like a glitter glue. But I have a serious all my stuff's drying out, you guys. I need to do projects like this more often so my stuff doesn't dry out. There we go. All right. So just little bitty dots of glitter glue on all of our little icicle pieces, on all of our little snowflakes. Hi, Sheila. It's really giving me problems. Let's try our other ones. Hi, Mary. I've got that on my snowflakes. Now I'm going to try my copper color and see if I can't add a little bit of copper. Oh, this one's perfect. See if I can add just a little bit of copper onto the base of my snow globe just to give it some extra color, some extra love. And make it sparkle, because this time of year is all about sparkle, right? Y'all, let's put some on the cabin too. Why not? Look around the door maybe. And the window. That looks good! All right, can you guys see how that looks? It just got that extra sparkly on there. From the glitter glue, from the stickles, the snow that looks more realistic. I think that that looks fantastic. What do you guys think? The little extra steps. And we're going to get this nice and dried up, okay? We're getting so close, y'all. But I need this to be completely dry before I move on to what's next. Thank you, Sandy. You like the puffy paint on it? Just a little bit of extra dimension. Okay, you guys, here we go. Dry, dry. Ooh, that's not even close to dry. Oh my goodness. All right, we're going to set this aside then and let it dry a little bit. And we're going to go back to the other piece for a second and work on that. Okay, good. Glue gun's on and positioned correctly. Because that snow is a little bit thick and it's taken a little longer than I thought it would to dry even with my dryer. So let's set this aside for a second. Here we go, y'all. Back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. All right. So back to this piece here. This is really, really, really easy to do. We're going to go ahead and just grab something that we can use to punch a hole in the middle. Right in the middle. So let's see what I've got here that I can use to punch a hole. Or, oh, you guys, here we go. An X-Acto knife. Let's just do this instead. Let's just do this instead. I'm going to go from the back side of this. And I'm going to create an X right through the canvas. Right through both pieces of paper. And we're going to draw an X from corner to corner, but leaving a little bit of it, like leaving a little bit on the edge. We don't want to go all the way, but we want to go most of the way, and we want to make sure that we get through all of those pieces. Okay, so you should have a big rip in it just like that. Then we're going to do the same thing again. From this corner to this corner. Okay. Really punching that out there. And then we're going to do it again from top to bottom. This is why they call it a busted canvas, y'all. Because we are busting this canvas wide open. And then on the side here for this bigger piece, you're going to turn this into 3 of them. Going down to that point. 1, and 2. One. And 2. So you've got this, all these different pieces now that are busted out of this canvas. You guys see how it looks like it's just one big broken piece right there? That's how you want it to look. All right. Now here's the thing. Oh, shucks, I just ran out of battery on my, no, I didn't. It just stopped being plugged in right. That's how it goes. All right. So we're going to start taking our little pieces now. Oh, that one needs to be cut a little bit more. And so does that one. There we go. Oh. Come on, baby. All right, I didn't go far enough. You've never made one of these, Mary? They're really fun to make. All right, those ones I think I went far enough. Here we go. All right, our glue gun should be heated up. We should have glue. What is going on here? It's been plugged in and it's been good. All right, well, let's see if we can make it happen. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our pieces of canvas and you're going to pull each part apart and you're just going to take and roll it down. And glue it into place, okay? So each piece and we're just going to give it a little roll and we're going to glue in different directions, okay? Hopefully that will start to give me some glue here in a minute. What the heck? You watch so many people make them, but you never did try it. Girl, try it. Has anybody else out there ever made one of these before? See, and this piece is bigger. It's okay. It's okay. The whole thing is going to look different in different directions. All right, let's see. Now we've got some glue. Yay! All right, here we go. Here we go. Just a dab of hot glue right there. And we're going to fold it over and just hold. You wanted to try it, but you're scared to. Why are you scared to? About all the things and you're afraid you'll mess it up? Oh no! Now my glue's really coming out. Always afraid to try. Oh, now I burned myself. All right, once one starts to set, I'm just going to keep moving around to the next one till that one starts to set. Just adding a dollop of glue and rolling it down. Have the materials but haven't done it yet. I want to see you guys as when you do one. Don't forget my pink fingers. You've done one? And you can either roll it into itself on the canvas like I'm doing here, or you can roll it all the way around the edges like this and tack it way over the edge. Made a long-horned steer with sunflowers busted canvas. I bet that looks awesome. Just rolling it onto itself. Press and hold until that glue sets. And now you can see that other piece of paper that we had on the back side is showing through. Was watching you and video chatting with your husband. Think his phone died. Hi, Jennifer. I'm going to try to do 2 at a time here. And just busting it out just like that. Let's see if I can manage 3. Just curling it back. Is the wrapping paper? This is not wrapping paper. This is scrapbook paper. But you could use napkins. You can use scrapbook paper. You can use wrapping paper. You can use anything that you've got that you can Mod Podge. I just happen to like the looks of this scrapbook paper that I had on hand. But it is thicker. So there's our busted look right there. And you guys can see that other color, the other pine cone paper from the back side is now showing through on the front. Oh, I think that that looks awesome. No 2 are ever the same. You are so right about that. The cuts, the folds, like everything is always different. You are so right about that. They're all different. All right, let's see if this is dry now. Not quite, but we're close. Oh, and I'm going to love it. I can already tell. We're so close, you guys. The stickles is dry. It's just the snow stuff. It's still tacky and I don't want it to be because then my other stuff is going to stick to it. So close. Come on, baby. Gosh, this stuff takes a while to dry. All right, I think I'm just going to go for it and hope for the best. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I got these at Joann's, you guys, before Joann's closed. And it's basically like a glass crystal. You could also use some diamond dust if you want to. These are not glass. They just look like it. They're like fake glass. And I'm going to pour some of this right in the center on top of that log cabin. I don't know how much to use. That looks good to me. No, let's go more. More is always better. Let's do a lot of it. And then I've also got some little polymer clay snowflakes that we're also going to put right there in the center, okay? Don't worry. Here we go. This is what we're going to do. I didn't mess it up. I have one of these little... Oh, it's dirty. It's half of an ornament from last year. This is just plastic ornament. That's better. Plastic ornament from last year. It's a little scratched up, but they come apart. You can get these at Michael's. I know sells them. And this one fits this globe perfectly. Okay. So what we're going to do, I'm going to use my stick fast, but I'm going to try to do this in a way that I've only got the stick fast right on the bottom of this thing here. So hot glue will melt this because this is plastic. And my lid always sticks on my stick fast. You use the little foam beads. So I'm actually going to put my stick fast in a circle on my plate. Just like so, you guys. And then I'm going to take my ball and just make sure that I've got my stick fast everywhere on that ball. And now I know that all of my edges are filled with glue. Okay? And then I'm going to stick this down to where that part right there is right on the top. And hold that down really well until that dries. Hi, Janet. So this should secure all of my edges because I made sure to get them all really well with that stick fast. And I'm not going to let up until this is dry for sure. Holding that down really well, because if I don't and I let up, or if I hold it up too soon and that stick fast isn't dry, then all of that stuff that I just poured in the middle could very, very easily come right out. Thank you, Bonda. So you guys, I think we're good. It feels like we're good. Now to cover up that little piece that's right up there on the top, I just got some green felt trim. And we're going to make a little bow with this. Let's see, what's the best way to do this? Probably just like this, and then I can put a little something there in the middle. I think that's probably my best bet. Thank you, Denise. So let me see, what do I have that I can use to tie this off? Let's just use a little bit of jute. No, let's use wire. I just had all that wire out. Why not use the wire? It'll be, you'll see it a lot less if I use the wire. So I just did a little awareness ribbon bow. And I'm just going to take some wire here right in the middle. I could have used a pipe cleaner too. I'm going to pull that really tight and just give that a little twist. To make a cute little bow to go on the top of it. I'm going to give this a couple of twists just to make sure it's secure. And now I don't even feel like I have to put anything in there because you can barely even see it. Thank you, Mary. I don't feel like I'm talented. I just do my thing. All right, and let's go ahead and dovetail our ends here. Dovetails go the other way. All right, so we've got a cute little green bow. Thank you, you guys. That I can put right up here at the top. Oh my gosh, that's going to be so stinking cute. And I am going to use hot glue for this. You wish you had all the ideas that I do? Pinterest, girl. I get so many ideas off Pinterest, I tell you. Thank you. And then I can, oh my gosh, you guys, I even like that the snowflakes just kind of fell down. Look at that. Look how cute that is. And now it's a little shaker too. You can even shake it up and get the little snowflakes and the little glass pieces. And some of the glass pieces did stick, those little ice pieces did stick to the cabin, but I think it looks super cute. I think it looks super cute. All right, you guys, now we can finish off by putting this together. Whew. Now we can finish it by putting it all together. Almost. And then we can, oh, I still do need that on. And then we can add a few more embellishments to this. So all I'm going to do is just put this piece right here on the back, just like so, and let it pop through there. Now, I need something. I can glue this, but I think I'm going to use my pin nailer instead. Or I could just use, oh, you guys, let me do that. Not my pin nailer. But I'm going to use my my staple gun, I think. I think my staple gun will work. I think it's long enough to go through. Maybe. Okay, it is. It is. All right, Maxine, I get it. Thank you. We're not done yet, though. There's still a little bit more to go. So cute. Staple gun's working, y'all. This is a Sure Bonder, and I got it at Home Depot. Whoops. It's called a trigger fire, and it's very, very, very easy. All right, so that is now on there. That part's good to go now. And all we're going to do now is just finish off with our embellishments. So all I've got now to add to this. Oh, that does look so cute. No, some of my little glass pieces are coming out. I might have to redo my glue on there, y'all. My glue didn't stay. Oh, no. Eek. I'll go back around it again. That was supposed to stay. I think when I stapled it, it made some of that just kind of loose. Buy your grandkids snow globes at Christmas. So love this transfer. Awesome. All right. I will definitely glue all the rest of that down even better so that none of that stuff falls out of the snow globe a little later. I'll fix all that. All right. So I just happen to have some greenery pieces that I've had from leftover from last year at Christmas. And I like to mix my different greeneries. So we're just going to take some of this different greenery pieces and just kind of stuff it down in there. Thank you, Adele. Kathy. I know your name is Kathy. Whoop. And just going to stuff some of these different greenery pieces down in here. In different spots. And just kind of let it poke up through there. Maybe that one's too big. Let's see here. Maybe a little bit more on the bottom here. Super cute. And then we're going to add, I don't want to add too much to that, but I do have a couple of little acorns or pine cones. And since we've got the pine cone on the outside, I thought, why not add some cute little pine cones right in here as well, to kind of match that paper that we've got poking out of there. Ooh, and these ones even smell like cinnamon. Oh, you guys, I think I love it. I think I love it. Globe is the key word. I think that turned out super cute. Super, super cute. You can add whatever embellishments that you want to on there. Obviously, make it your own, but no two designs ever come out the same. As we've said, I do have to make sure that that globe is glued on there just a little bit better so none of that stuff falls out of there. But now we have the cutest snow globe busted canvas. And y'all know how to do a busted canvas now. So globe is the key word. Grab this transfer while you can, you guys, because you're going to love it. You're going to love it. And I think it turned out so stinking cute. So cute. So, there we go. Thank you for suggesting that I do this project because I kind of forgot about the busted canvases. But it turned out awesome. I think it turned out absolutely awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thanks for the stars party today, too. All right, you guys, there we have it. There's your busted canvas snow globe project. And the keyword, again, is globe. Type globe in the comments. Grab the supply list for all the things to use tonight. And if you want to grab any of the stuff that's available on my site, you want to join my perks community first and get 30% off of all your orders all day, every day. It's $20 a month, and then you instantly get back $20 in product credit to spend on the website. Thank you so much. And you guys, that is it for me tonight. I will be back again tomorrow night with another project for y'all. I hope that you absolutely loved this thing. And I'll see you guys back here again tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Love you all so much. What do I do with everything that I do? Eventually I have live sales, but anybody who, you can comment on any of my lives at any time or send me a message saying that you want to purchase a piece and I will get it shipped to you. I'll send you an invoice and I'll ship it to you. But at any time, you guys can buy the pieces that I'm making. I don't usually hold on to any of them unless I specifically say that I'm making it for a gift. So, all right, y'all. Thanks so much. And I will see you guys again tomorrow night. Bye, everybody.